YouTube, how's it going? Retro Dave back again, and yeah, it's the end of Play Blackpool 2015. I've been home about an hour. As you can tell, my voice is sounding quite bad. My throat is really hurting, just trying to talk over the noise in the hotel. But yeah, so I've come home. I've just done 5 hours straight driving, straight from Blackpool home. Had a shower, thrown on some clothes, and I've just kind of gone through all the stuff I've kind of picked up and been gifted, and I've got it strewn across the living room floor, hence the different location, because I want it all spread out so I can go through everything and obviously show you guys what I got. So first of all, just want to start by saying that it was fantastic to meet up with everybody. Yeah, I met some new faces and some familiar faces I've met before. It was an amazing time, really enjoyed meeting everyone, and everyone I said hello to, however briefly, if it was a handshake in passing, really appreciate it, really enjoyed meeting everybody. I can't remember obviously everyone's name off the top of my head, but you know who you are. I'm sure you'll be watching, and obviously I'll be watching your videos if you're doing those as well. Yeah, really enjoyed meeting everybody. You know, the event was great, really enjoyed going. The only thing I will say that was slightly underwhelming, if I'm honest, is the lack of trade stalls. I think there was probably 5 or 6 actual stalls that were selling games. The rest of it was kind of like merchandise, t-shirts, stuff like that, and computer stuff and models. So yeah, to be honest, a little bit underwhelming on the trade stall front, and to kind of fill the spaces in the main hall. They kind of just put in some like PS4s and Xbox Ones and stuff like that. So I was a little bit disappointed to see that at a retro event. I thought Blackpool would be primarily just a retro event, whereas Manchester was supposed to be more the kind of old and the new. Maybe this year they changed it up. I just kind of assumed it would be a purely retro event. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with the setup and the amount of trade stalls, but apart from that, fantastic. Really enjoyed playing the arcades, really enjoyed playing on the systems they'd set up. Yes, some really interesting stuff. And you know, what makes the whole event is the social aspect. So for me, meeting up with everybody in the bar the Friday night, the first night we got there, was just, yeah, that for me, that was the highlight of the whole weekend, was the Friday night. So I'm just gonna try and tell you how it all panned out. So if you, first of all, if I keep bending down, it's to go and get a drink or to grab something, because my throat's really sore. So you have to bear with me. So if I wander around the room, it's because I've got stuff kind of strewn on the settee and on the floor behind me. So I might go out of shot for a second while I grab something. But yeah, I'm just gonna, okay, now I can hardly fucking talk. And something is now alcoholic. My body is savouring the squash. Okay, so I'll try and give you a bit of an insight of how it panned out. So on Friday morning, I left here about 9:30. I also hit the road, got to Jay's Cyber Snake 7's at 12 o'clock. Literally bang on 12 o'clock. So we shot to McDonald's for lunch. I was hungry, went to Mackie D's, went back to Jay's. Jay's likely to live local to McDonald's. Shot back to Jay's, and yeah, just spent some time around his, relaxing. Played on the Master System. Pardon me, played some like titles that I was like looking at getting myself, but kind of wanted to try before I bought them. So it's interesting in seeing those. We tried out his Atomic Wave, tried to work out why it wasn't working on his telly. Played Metal Slug for the first time, a game I've been really wanting to play, but I haven't got the means to play it, or haven't got the game. So I played that on the MVS. That was really good, really enjoyed playing that. So yeah, just enjoyed being around Jay, spending time with him, you know, chilling out for an hour and a half or so, playing some of his systems, looking through his game collection. Really enjoyed it. And Jay, you know, thank you very much for inviting me in for a little while. Kind of a pit stop, kind of halfway between, you know, getting to the event. So yeah, again, Jay, really appreciate your hospitality. So me and Jay did a trade. We've kind of worked this trade out before. Well, it's been going on for the last probably month or so. So I'll show you what I did a trade with Jay for shortly. Just going to run through kind of the leading up to like the event and stuff. So we hit the road at 2 o'clock, thinking lovely because we'll get there in a couple of hours. So Jay's kind of like midway for me. So we hit the road at about 2. So what we thought would turn out to be a two and a bit hour journey turned out to be a 4 hour fucking ball ache, to be honest. We got stuck on the M6 and M5. I don't know what's going on. I guess it was just bank holiday traffic, but it was dire. Stop start. Yeah, it took 4 hours basically to do like 130 miles. It was just horrific, and it was just soul destroying. So it kind of took me like 6.5 hours odd to get, you know, total travelling to get to the event. So aside from that, we pulled up at our hotel, we checked in, dumped the bags, and then we jumped back in the motor again, shot up to the Norbreck Castle Hotel, where we bumped into Daz. And Daz was sitting down with someone that we've not seen before. So we were, okay, Daz, who's this then? So he asked us to guess. We had no idea. And turned out it was Woody Weeble. So those of you who don't know who Woody Weeble is, he kind of does his own unique style on videos. He doesn't show his face, he kind of uses, or his voice, he just uses like post-it notes. It's really interesting, it's something really different that I've not ever seen before. So we had no idea what he looked like. But yeah, he's a really nice guy. Spent a bit of time chatting with him, and he's also sorted me out a few bits and pieces, which I'll show soon. But yeah, again, mate, Duncan, it's really nice to meet you. Finally get to put a face to the post-it note, if you like. Yeah, really glad you made it, mate. And yeah, and enjoyed spending some time with you as well. Okay, so they were there, and then who turned up after that? I think when everyone just kind of descended, it was kind of, we were sat there. There's me, Jay, Daz and Duncan, and then everyone just kind of like turned up, one after the other, kept on firing in. And before we knew it, there was like 20 odd of us just kind of sat round having a pint, having a chat, and it was just fantastic. You know, we were all getting excited and talking about the event and talking about the journey. And yeah, I'll put a little clip up of Friday night's meet to kind of give you an idea of like the setting and how the night was going. To be honest, I haven't done any kind of footage of the event. I was just really enjoying being with everyone and kind of experienced the event this time. I kind of done that last year, and I didn't want to kind of just repeat the same thing, going to Jay's, knocking on his door, driving up to the fucking event. I did it last year, and this year I wanted to just enjoy the event for what it was, and just give you guys like a roundup of you know, my journey and kind of you know, how I got there and what happened and so on. So Friday night was great. Met up with everybody. We had a few more beers than we fucking planned to have, but you know, that's how it goes. And we kind of hit the road back to our hotel. We think we got, I'm guessing we got back there about 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that. So got back, heads down, got up for breakfast. We left our hotel, I think we left there about 8:30, breakfast at 8. Left the hotel at 8:30, got up to Norbreck for 9. And we got in the queue. Jay was up, I think, first in the queue this time. We kind of like walked outside. We were first. We kind of hung around at the front. As people were kind of coming out that we recognised, we'd chat to them. They popped in the queue. Queued up, got in. After about an hour, so 10 o'clock, it just started to rain. We had our wristbands on. We got the wristbands. The guy came along and scanned all our tickets. We got in, and like I said, initially we kind of like waltzed in there. Where Concert Passion was last year, we kind of walked down there, and we were really surprised that we're like, where the hell's Concert Passion? Where's the trade stand? And me and Jay were like looking at each other thinking, what the hell's going on? And we were looking around trying to work out, well, there's no traders in the main hall, which really kind of confused us for a second. For where the hell is everyone going? What's going on? And once we walked around the side, we saw this double door, and it said trade hall this way. And we thought, oh, really? Just in that little hall? So we kind of darted over there, we walked in, and there was a few traders in there, Warp Zone were in there, Constant Pasture were in there, there's a few other traders that I've not seen before. One was there last year, I'm not sure of the name of the stand, but I think I've got a card for them actually, I'll show that in a minute. So there's a few traders, let's say 4 or 5 game trays in there. The quality of stock was pretty good, although I was expecting to see kind of a bit more and more traders at the event, like I've said before. So it was a little bit, I won't say disappointed, I was going to say a bit underwhelmed, because the stuff that was there was decent. I know a few of us got some good bits and pieces. I got some stuff. I know Champion 2D Rob got some good stuff. So everyone kind of got a little bit of something, but I think we kind of expected it to be bigger and better than last year, and we've kind of felt that it was kind of not so as we'd expected. But you know, I'm not going to dwell on the negatives. It was a really good event. I still really enjoyed the time I had there, and I'm sure we all did. We all enjoyed meeting up. But yeah, aside from the trade hall, it was fantastic. We spent a lot of time walking around, playing on the arcades. I played the arcades I wanted to play. I played on my Turtles arcade. I really enjoyed playing the Nintendo Play Choice 10 cabinet. I was on there for about half an hour, 40 minutes or so. What's play Outrun. I was actually watching the other guys playing machines. Yeah, just fantastic. Just generally really enjoyed walking around and having a few beers. And then Saturday night after the event, well, it got to kind of about 4 o'clock. We kind of waltzed out of the event, went back into the front of the hotel lobby, and yeah, just had a few drinks. And then I think we decided to go for a meal. We went to the Beefeater near the Premier Inn. I know that's where Matt Southwark Retro was staying, so we kind of all bundled over there. We kind of pushed like 3 tables together and kind of all huddled up and had a nice meal. That was really nice. Really enjoyed that. And then those guys were leaving Saturday evening, so we said bye to them. Went back to the Norbreck. You know, went back to our hotel. You know, to kind of have a clean up, have a shower and whatever. Went back to the Norbreck Saturday night. A few people didn't come back that night. I know that the Retro Lim guys kind of did their own thing, and I think they're out in the town. And everyone else was, well, I say everyone, most other people went back to the Norbreck. I know Kieran Game Boys Are Awesome wasn't there, and there was a few other people that didn't make it to the Norbreck on the Saturday night. But say it was a good time. It was good to meet the guys that did make it there. And we, well, so some of the lads went into town and they wanted to go to the casino. I weren't up for it, and a few of us decided to go back to the hotel and get heads down. I was one of them, so yeah, I bantered out, went back to the hotel, got my head down for, you know, a good 6-7 hours. I was pretty knackered from being on my feet all day. And then Sunday, well today, we got up, same again, went down, had breakfast. I phoned Jay, see how he was getting on. He was a bit tired. So he was a bit tired as well. Yeah, so we then walked up. We walked up at the Norbreck at about 9:30 this morning. Me and Daz and the guys just sat in the Norbreck again, I was got a bottle of water or whatever to kind of wait till 10 o'clock till the event started. We kind of jumped in the queue. Yeah, went back in the event again, had a little quick nosy around the stalls in case they'd restocked. There's a couple of bits and pieces that caught our eye, second glance around. Daz mentioned there was a certain item that you'd seen on Console Passion that he thinks I might be interested in, because I bought a game on the Saturday, and he goes, I think you'll benefit from buying this certain item, which I shall show in a little while. So luckily it was still there. I'm really pleased it was still there. Me and Dale looked over it and it's in really lovely condition, so yeah, I thought, right, I snatched that. So I grabbed another couple of bits from Console Passion today, and that was it really. We kind of went back out, played some more arcades again, and about 2 o'clock in the afternoon we're kind of at the bar, and Daz and Carl and Raz and Shocks and everyone were kind of getting ready to make a move. So we kind of, like, you know, said bye to them at the bar. They kind of left, and me and Jay were kind of like the last men standing, if you like. I know Stu was around somewhere, but we hadn't seen him for a bit. So me and Jay were kind of thought, well, what do we do now? So we just waltzed around, played a few more arcades, and then we kind of just looked. I thought, well, you know, I think we've done it all now. You know, we kind of got to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and thought, You know, we've kind of seen everything, we've done everything, we've played what we want to play. And initially we were going to stay right through and just kind of sit through till 6 o'clock, get back to our hotel and chill out and basically get up Monday morning and yeah, shower and hit the road. But we kind of decided, well, do you know what? We might as well make tracks now. Traffic won't be as bad Sunday because bank holiday rush. I don't want to be stuck in traffic again after Friday. So we decided we'll put bollocks to it. We'll go now, get back to the hotel, pack up, and yeah, make tracks and go home. And thankfully, it was a completely clear run, apart from about 2 minutes before we got to Jay's. There's a little bit of traffic, like literally like 2-3 minute delay. It was nothing, but clear run straight to Jay's. Dropped Jay off, picked up my part of the trade that I obviously didn't bring with me in the van. It's pointless. I picked up my part of the trade, dropped his stuff off, back to Mackey's for a quick bit of dinner, and then yeah, and then just drove home. So that's kind of like, you know, how my journey kind of panned out really. And so I've done quite a few like pre-arranged trades before the event, and also just was completely like unexpectedly gifted some certain items, which is just amazing. Really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to go over all those things with you now. So again, the video is going to be quite long. I'll warn you now. So if you want to perhaps cut this part and watch it another time, that's up to you. But I'm just going to go right through and just going to show you everything. I'm going to start with the gifts and the trades, and then I'll go on to, you know, the things I actually bought at the event. So what I'm going to do before I do anything is have another drink, because my old throat's definitely a bit strained. Oh, lovely. Okay, so gift number one, I'm actually wearing one part of it. So Carl, Ocarina Fella, or Daft Twin Rover as he's now called, gave me this Turtles t-shirt. It's really cool. So again, Carl, I've shown you and you've just seen it. Carl, thanks very much. Really appreciate the t-shirt, mate. It was totally unexpected. But there was one thing he did say he was going to give me. I knew this was coming. Where do I put it? Because he told me about this before, but I knew nothing about the t-shirt. And he found a Gremlins placemat, like a laminated plastic placemat. Has it got a date on it? It's dated 1984, but I'm not sure if this was from 84. There's a date there. I'm not sure if it's just for Warner Brothers, but either way, it's a cool little Gremlins item. As you know, I'm a really big fan of Gremlins. There's the back. So it's just a nice little piece. Carl spotted it in like a retro shop, I think in London, and very kindly thought of me and picked it up, and that's, you know, awesome. Carl, thanks very much, mate. I really appreciate you. You know, you helped the weekend with, like, you know, you helping us, giving us lifts, and it was good to see you. And yeah, thanks for the gifts, mate. Honestly, really, really appreciate you. You really didn't need to do it, but I appreciate you spotting these things and kind of thinking of me. So thanks very much. Okay, what we're gonna do next? Okay, next gift, as I see it. Raz, Razzmatazz Raz. He just kind of came over. He had a few gifts for a few people, and just unexpectedly he says to me, Dave, he says, I know you're back on your Spectrum. I've got a little something for you. And he just very kindly, out of his bag, gave me a brand new copy of Ghostbusters 2 for the Spectrum. I don't know how we managed to get hold of this. He must have found like new old stock somewhere, and yeah, it's totally mint condition, all brand new in the bag with the instructions. And I remember putting there, he gave this to Jay, and Jay hasn't actually got his NES anymore, so Raz then passed it to me, and it's a controller overlay for an NES controller. So I shall be sticking that on my spare NES controller. So Raz, honestly, mate, that's awesome. I haven't got this game for the Spectrum, but now I do, in the nice big box with the artwork. So Raz, thanks very much. Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Okay, next gift. So this is part of a gift from Matt Southfront Retro. He very kindly gave me some Saturn stuff last time I visited him a few weeks ago, and he also said, oh, I've got something else I want to give you. I'm like, honestly mate, don't worry. But in return, I did give him some bits and pieces at the event, so I'm sure he'll mention that in his video. But he very kindly gave me the Sega Saturn steering wheel. I know it's probably not the greatest contraption in the world for precision, but it's something I used to play on with my mates. We used to play Sega Rally around his on the steering wheel, and yeah, I have not played on it since, so I'm guessing probably 1997. I haven't used the Sega Saturn steering wheel, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go. So again mate, I really appreciate you giving me this. Yeah, that's awesome. So Matt, thank you very much. Now Matt also have done me some artwork. Now this is something this is kind of before the Blackpool thing, before any of the other stuff, the Sega Saturn stuff. This was something I approached him about. I mentioned that I was interested in his like artwork some time ago. We're going back a few months, and he said, well, let me know what you want and I'll see what I can do. So I can't, if I can add it into this video, if I can put a little annotation up, I'll try. But I did draw literally on a piece of A4 paper with a felt tip pen, like a design of what I wanted. And it was really bleak. It was literally like Boss, Gizmo, and I kind of drew it, and he must have been able to, he just completely saw what I was trying to say, and he just totally blew me away. He gave me this print on Saturday, and I just was like, wow, just really blown away with it. It was just amazing, and it's exactly what I envisaged in my mind. I kind of sketched it on the paper, and he just understood exactly what I wanted, and it's just amazing. I'll show you. I'll just hold it up, and I think it will just speak for itself. It is just an absolute masterpiece, and it's a Gremlins print. So I asked for like the spider gremlin at the top, and then 3 of like the boss enemies, and then with Gizmo shooting his weapon towards them, and that, I say, was exactly what I imagined it would be, and he is completely and utterly blown me away with that. I'm absolutely just speechless for it. I love it. It's amazing, and yeah, it's a complete one-off. It's something you're not going to be able to buy anywhere. You know, it's something that he's made. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Honestly, Matt, it's just totally, it's just the best like thing. I don't know what to say, honestly. It's just amazing. I love it. You know, everyone knows that the Gremlins is my favourite NES game, and to have like a pixel print of my favourite game, it's just, yeah, it's just incredible. Yeah, I'll just put it down. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just fantastic. I love it. And he also, I mean, I didn't expect this at all. He just said, oh, I've done you another one. I said, how can you, what are you doing? Well, don't do any more, you know. But he said, no, he goes, I've done you one just of Gizmo. So from nowhere, he handed me this. It's basically like a pose of Gizmo from the game. So Matt, honestly mate, again, thank you very much. I'm going to find somewhere to hang these or stand these on display. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful. And he really kindly put them in these frames. Just, Matt, you're just a fucking legend. I don't know what to say. That artwork is just something else. Matt, thank you very much. Honestly, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, stop going on about them now. I'm gonna have a drink. Fucking hell. Oh, and there's one more bit of artwork we're going to go to, and I've got, so Richard Turner, as you know. Rich, it was great to see you, mate. Yeah, see you again. I can't believe it's been a year since I last saw you at Play last year, and I know you've been really busy doing everyone a painting, spending a lot of your free time you know, just spending hours just doing these paintings for people, and I really appreciate, you know, what you've done for not just me but for a lot of other YouTubers as well. And you went for a lot of effort, and yeah, you've made me a turtles painting. I know some of you have probably seen this already on Facebook, but for those of you who haven't, Richard very kindly painted me a canvas of the turtles. So it's in a frame. Hope you can see it okay without the glare. So Rich, thank you very much. This is going to go with the Gizmo one you painted me last year, and it's in the frame. So I'm going to see if I can find somewhere to hang it. So thank you very much, and yeah, it was really great to see you, and thank you very much for that. Oh, you also gave me a couple of DVDs, so I should show those. I think one of these was an order you placed by accident. I can't remember now, but you did say that these are extras, so you could also give us some Turtles DVDs. So I should stick those with the retro cartoon DVDs that I've got. So Rich, thanks very much for those. Right, what else have we got? Okay, we'll go on to a couple more gifts now. So Kevin Walford, 123, Kev, first time I met you, really nice guy. I know you were kind of walking around with Kieran and Lorna. I bumped into you, and I did a trade with Kieran, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But I'm just going to show the gifts first. Kevin, I think he had a bag of some pixel beads he had made, and he was doing like a little competition about pulling out the beads. But I think that had already been done. And he goes, I've got some left over, Dave, do you want a couple? I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah, take a couple. So, you know, he very kindly gave me a glow-in-the-dark boo. I haven't actually tried it yet. Let's see if I can hold it up to the light. See if anything, if it's, oh yeah. I can see it is definitely glowing up. I'll just hold it up to the light. So we've got one of them, and I've got a Goomba. So Kev, they're awesome, man. I really appreciate you giving me those. Thanks very much. I'm going to stick those with the other pixel beads I've got on my wall. Now, Woolly Weeble, just, you know, considering I've never met the guy, I've obviously watched his videos, I've commented on his videos, but he just kind of turned up, and he had in his rucksack, it was like Mary Poppins' bag. He just kind of like, he'd be sitting there like talking to everyone, and all of a sudden he'd unzip his bag and whop out like some random like item and give it to someone. It was really, it was amazing. He just kind of from nowhere just handed like people like, oh, I've got this for you, and I've got this for you. And it's like, whoa, what the hell, man? He's just a really, really nice guy. It's really, really great to meet you, and finally again to put a face to the name and to the post-its and stuff. It was great, and he really, really just generously just handed me this. He gave me this first, and it's a Nintendo wallet. So I've got a Nintendo wallet now. It's it's upstairs, but this is a much smaller wallet than I've got now. So it's actually going to be quite handy to save me carrying around a lot of the crap that I carry in my wallet now. It's got a chain on as well. So Duncan, appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Duncan, then just that was Friday night, and then Saturday we're going into, I think it was Saturday morning before we went into the event. Can't quite remember. But it was we were in the car park before we even went into the queue. He goes, oh, I've got something for you. I said, what you got? I said, honestly, mate, don't worry about it. And he pulled this out, and I was just like, man, that is just amazing. I remember he did his video. He did a video, and he got this from a car boot. And I remember commenting on the video, I'm sure I did, and said, oh my God, wait, you know, I can't believe you found it. And I think I said something along the lines of, if you ever want to get rid of it or trade it or whatever, can you let me know? I know I definitely showed an interest in this particular item, because last year at Blackpool, I got one, but it didn't work. I know it didn't work, but I wanted it just to have it in the collection. So it's actually a watch. So some of you know I've got the Game & Watch watches, and this is one that I was missing, and he just kindly just gave me this watch, and it's just, yeah, really awesome. And I actually wore it for the event. I put it on, I wore it around the event. So Duncan very kindly gave me the Super Mario World wristwatch. Hopefully you can see it. As you can see, this one is actually working. Is it going to focus? Can't see. Hopefully you guys are going to see that. But yeah, it's the Nintendo Mario World wristwatch. So Duncan, thank you very much. Really appreciate it, mate, honestly. Just blown away by the generosity of everyone. But to have the watch as well means a lot. So Duncan, thanks very much. I'm going to definitely treasure that on the Game & Watch shelf. So we've got a couple of trade items now. So let me just have a mouthful of drink. Okay. Game Watches are awesome. Kieran again. Great to see you. I can't believe it again. It's a year since I last saw you at the last event. It was great to bump into you. I know we didn't see you a great deal. I'm not sure where you were going, but I kind of passed you a couple of times. But anyway, so me and Kieran worked out a trade just before we went to Blackpool. He got these recently, I think, at a car boot, and he said if anyone's after them to let him know. I showed interest. Yeah, I'll be interested in those. We worked out a trade. I'm not going to tell you what I traded it with. You have to go and watch Kieran's video to find out. But it was something he was interested in. And we're basically done a trade. I'm not going to go for all of them. It's a bag of Monster in My Pockets and mini boglins. Now, some of you may be aware from my previous video, I recently found some of my original Monster in My Pocket stuff and mini boglins. So, great timing, because now I can add these to that little collection. I'm going to have a little display of the little figures. So I'm going to sort through these, find the ones I want to put out, and yeah, put them on the shelf. So Kieran, thanks very much for bringing these along, mate. Really appreciate that. And I've literally just having a quick look in the bag now, and there's a lot of familiar figures from the first couple of series in here. So yeah, that's great. So Kieran, thanks very much for those. Now I think, no, there's one more. There's two more trades. One was with Jay and one's with Tootie, UK. So I'm going to do Tootie's one first. So Tootie just said, you know, I've got some games, Spectrum games, and some figures and stuff. Who's interested, kind of thing. I said, well, yeah, I'll be interested in that. And he says, what have you got to trade? So I kind of took like a picture of like everything I had, which is basically, well, actually no, I'm not going to say, because Tootie's going to probably do his own video. Just go and watch that instead. But yeah, I don't know, a little selection of everything, a little mishmash. And I said to him, what do you want to do? And he says, well, you know, should we just do a straight swap? I said, you know what, let's just do that. So I basically bundled everything up together, stuck it in a box, and I just gave him the whole lot. And in return, he gave me a box of specky stuff and a couple of extras as well. I've got some extra figures, so I'll show you those. In fact, I'll show you those first. So the extra figures. Well, the first, actually, yeah, this is quite big and bulky, and I need to give it a bit of a clean up. I haven't even looked at it properly, but he threw this in the bag, and it's the Micro Machines lorry. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I didn't realise it was this big, but I'm going to have to open it up and take a gander. But Stu, I appreciate you throwing that in, mate. I'll take a closer look at that after the video. He threw in a Ghostbusters figure and a vehicle. Again, it's just something to put with the very small, humble figure collection. And a Skeletor. It's not a battle armor Skeletor, but he has got some kind of body plate on. I'm not sure what it is, but he does kind of twist and his arms move. So again, I'm just going to plonk him on the shelf with the other couple of He-Man figures. So Tootie, thanks so much for them. Also in the trade, there's a couple of other figures which I knew about, and these are a couple of figures that I used to have back in the day. So again, they're going to go with the small figure collection, and that is Rocksteady and Bebop, the original Turtles figures. So that's cool to have those. Now the main part of the trade was a box of Specky games. So one's just loose, so I'll show that first. War in Middle Earth. So it looks like a text adventure by the looks of it on the back. I've not played it, but again, this is just a box lot of games that I'm going to try out. So whatever I like, I'll keep, and whatever I don't, I shall move on. So there's just basically a brown box. I shall go through them. Okay, so this one is Hobbit. Vigilante. Xevious. They look in great condition actually. This is the first time I've even looked in this box. Heartland. Whizball. I've got this one already, but it's always good to have a spare. And that is Way of the Tiger. Grand Prix Selection, Super Sprint, Championship Sprint, and Super Hang On, like a triple game pack. Falcon, the Renegade Lord. Not sure. Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. Big box edition of Target Renegade. I think I've got that on Kick's release. Arkanoid. Operation Wolf. Nice one. Capcom game. The Last Duel. Vertical shooter. Looks interesting. Renegade 3, the final chapter. Looks like a great size to kind of beat them up, so I'm looking forward to giving these a try. Arkanoid Revenge of, is it Doe? Or, I don't, is it? I don't know if I can't even read it. Yeah, Doe. Time Scanner. Looks like a pinball game. Dandy. It's all in nice condition, Stu, I must admit. I do appreciate this. Hyperball. I think that's like an American football game. How to Be a Complete Bastard. Never fucking played that one. Krakow. Put that after one, I think. Times of Law. Looks like an adventure game. My arm's aching. What else we got here? The Ice Temple. You see that? Oh, I like the artwork on that. Hercules, Slayer of the Damned. If you can see the artwork through my hand. Black Magic. Bomb Jack. Classic. Jet Set Willy. Nodes of Yesod. Is that right? Yes, I don't know. That's just a loose game. There's a cover slip for Superstar Soccer. So that's it. Tootie, thanks very much, mate. I really appreciate that. They're in nice condition as well in the cases. So I shall look forward to trying those out. Tootie, thanks very much, mate. I appreciate you humping that big bag of stuff into the event for me. Right, so let's move all that to one side. Okay, right. So the final trade is what I did with Jay. Like the main thing that I did with him was a console. And if you have been following what's been going on in the last few weeks, you know that I've done a trade with him for a Sega Saturn. So I basically got his original PAL Sega Saturn that he's had from new, but he said he got it in 1999. Yeah, it's his original one. He gave me a box complete Saturn and a spare like loose Saturn, which is the one with the different buttons on the front, the oval button and the grey button. So he just gave me a spare console, spare controller and a load of games. So I shall show you what we got. So this is just a spare loose console, no cables or anything, in nice condition. Yeah, they both work. So one Sega Saturn, and the main Sega Saturn is this one, and that's the grey button version. So just a console in the box. The extra controller is just a quick shot pad. Also came with the Knights controller and game. Not ever played this game before, but it's going to be worth a shot. Yeah, it's all in there. No Jay, he would make sure that is the case. So yeah, Knights game, never played that. Again, with all these games, some of the games obviously are the classic titles, which I want to have, and some are going to be new experiences. And if I like them, I'll keep them. If I don't, I'll move them on, and that's how we're going to roll. So I'm going to go through the Sega Saturn collection now. How am I going to do this? I'll put them down somewhere. Okay. So the classic game, the one I'm looking forward to playing the most, Sega Rally Championship. So I used to play this around my friends at school on the steering wheel. So this is an essential game to have in the Saturn library. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Plonk that on the Wii. Okay, Fighting Vipers. Never played this one, but it's just a standard one-on-one fighting game. I'm sure most of you Saturn guys are going to know that already, but for me, it's going to be a new experience. Again, not tried this one before. Sega Touring Car Championship. What's this one? Another one-on-one fighter. Last Bronx. Another game I'm looking forward to playing. That is Virtual Cop 2. I don't think I've played this one before. I've played the first one, the original Virtual Cop, which Matt has very kindly already gave me. So it's awesome to have those. They're definitely going to be staying in the collection. The Essential Fighting Games, Virtual Fighter 2. I've played this one before. I think my friend actually had that. And the first Virtual Fighter. Game I've not tried before. Another fighting game. X-Men, Children of the Atom. One-on-one fighter again. We've got Daytona USA Championship Circuit Edition, and also just the regular Daytona USA. Manx TT Superbike. Another light gun game that I'm really looking forward to playing, and that is House of the Dead. Virtua Racing. Now this game I actually remember buying in game when I had my Saturn back in the day. I actually remember going to game and buying this. And I remember being in there and I picked it up and the guy next to me said, "Don't buy a game, it's shit." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'll make my own mind up." But I bought it. I actually quite enjoyed it, and that is Panzer Dragoon. Yeah, I have not played this game. I'm going to say 95, 96, I don't know, when did it even come out? When did it come out? 94, 95? Yeah, it was around that time, probably like 95, 96. So looking forward to trying that one again. And I've not played this one before, but it's Panzer Dragoon 2. So that'll be a new experience, but I guess it'll be similar to the first. So Jay, again, I appreciate the trade. I know you'll do your own video showing what we did the trade with. But yeah, really appreciate you sorting me out a deal with those. So looking forward to giving those a bash. Right, let's put those down. So that, guys, is all of the gifts and the trades. How are we doing for time? 43 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to go on to purchases. So in no particular order, we'll start with, let's start with some more Specky games. So I go to a stall and I spot a little brown box under the table, which is half closed. I said to the guy, "Is there Spectrum games down there?" He goes, "Oh yeah, there's a box down there. I haven't even looked at them, I haven't priced them up, just to have a look through it." I said, "How much are they?" And he said £2 a game. I was like, okay. So I went through and basically just pillaged the box and pulled out what I thought was the best or the games that are worth buying. So I shall quickly show you what we got. We've got Hit Squad of New Zealand Story. A Codemasters Slightly Magic. Never heard of that one before, but I thought I'd grab it out of the box and give it a try. Another Codemasters Wizard Willy. Another Hit Squad Rampage. Another Hit Squad Platoon. A Clamshell Durrell Saboteur. A Clamshell US Gold Beachhead 2. Capcom 1943. A nice boxed edition of Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. And what I'm looking forward to trying out is a big box Elite Ikari Warriors, which is completely in nice condition too. So basically I kind of got that pile. There was also Donkey Kong in that pile. So I put it all together and he kind of went through, counted it up, and he goes, "Oh, Donkey Kong, that's a rare one." And I thought, no, it's fucking not. But I asked how much and he said 30 quid. I was like, mate, no way. I said, take Donkey Kong out. And then he said 29. I thought, what are you talking about? So I said, look, you said 2 quid a game, 20 quid, and I'll take them. He went, all right, 20 quid. So basically, that lot was 20 quid. He tried putting a cheeky move. I wasn't having it. So we said 20 quid. It was a done deal. I was happy to pay that, a couple of quid a game. So that was one pickup. Now, off the same stall, on the same stall, I saw this game. So this is a game I saw at Jay's. Now I saw it in the Retro Game magazine anyway, looking through like for Master System games that I would like to try or buy. And when I was at Jay's, I said, Jay, have you got this game? He said, yeah. I said, oh, can we put it on? Can I try it out? He said, yeah, of course. So he stuck it on, and I sat and played it for about 15 minutes. I thought, oh wow, this is really good. You know, it was what I was hoping it would be. And sorry about that, guys. My phone went out of memory, believe it or not. It's just said full. So right, I got to the 3rd section of the 1st level, and yeah, really enjoyed the game. And it's basically the Master System version of Castlevania, and it is the Master of Darkness. Now, I don't know if you see the artwork, but it's pretty amazing. As you can see, it was advertised as new sealed. The Sega tag apparently said he had it checked that it hasn't been opened, but before he could even say anything, I just went and popped it open. He was like, "No, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Dude," I said, "don't worry about it. I'm gonna buy it." He's like, "What are you gonna play?" I said, "Of course I'm gonna fucking play it." And I could see straight away, like in the light, like the cartridge has never been like touched, put in the system. There's no scuff marks or anything. I'd quite believe that it's brand new. Yes, I was really happy to find that, and that's probably the find of the day on the trade stands. So really happy to grab that Master of Darkness. So I'm really looking forward to playing that again. So that's one Master System game I picked up off that stall, and that came off the same stall as the Spectrum games. Okay, so next thing I picked up, again, no particular order. There's some trade stands with some t-shirts. I grabbed the t-shirt, and it's of the Mario 2 print. It's an official Nintendo licensed product. If you can see it's basically the full Mario Brothers 2 with it focus artwork on a black t-shirt. So really happy to pick that up. Am I in focus now? Am I not? I don't know. There we go. Okay, so a t-shirt. Also, I picked up off another stall 2 games, another Master System game. It's another game I played at Jay's, so another try before you buy. Apparently the Mega Drive version is pretty rubbish, but this version was good. I played this one, and I played Robocop 3 and found it was really hard and actually quite slow. I played this one and it's a lot more faster paced, and I actually enjoyed it more. So I picked up Robocop versus Terminator. Again, box complete. Really enjoyed playing this one, Jay. So yeah, I've added this one to the Master System collection. Off the same stall, I've grabbed the PlayStation 1 game. A few of you might think, well, okay, why have you picked this particular game up? But this is a game I used to play quite a lot back in 1998, around an ex-girlfriend's house when I was at school. We used to play several games like Tekken 3, Medieval, Resident Evil. There were several games, and this is one I actually really enjoyed playing. I thought, if I see it there, I'll grab it, and it was there. And it's Xena Warrior Princess. I haven't honestly played this game since about 1998, but it's all there. It's all complete, in really nice condition. Manual disc is absolutely perfect, and it was 6 quid. So I thought I'll grab that, yeah, really looking forward to actually trying that again. I haven't played it for so long. I thought I'd give it a shot. Okay, I also picked up So this is all off of one stall. This is off of Warp Zone. So it's off Rick. So Rick, if you're watching, thanks for sorting us out these. I know both of the NES games were actually not on. No, one was on the table and one wasn't. And he put up on Twitter a picture of some of his stock, and I said, "Oh, there's a couple there I spotted that I'm after." And when I went to his trade store on the Saturday morning, I saw one, not the other one. I said, "Have you still got this game?" He goes, "I don't know." And he found it under the counter. We managed to do a deal, a little bundle of games. And yeah, I'll show you what I picked up. So I picked up a box complete copy. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get out the protective case so you can see the condition of the box. I picked up a light gun game, and it is Gumshoe for the NES. As you can see, it's in really nice condition. He's gone for the trouble of writing mint on the price label. It is pretty much mint condition. He did say it's in your kind of condition, so he knows what I'm after. So I picked up Gumshoe. He had it for 22. I think I got it for 20 in the end. It's all complete, really lovely condition inside. Came in a little protective case. So yeah, that is Gumshoe going into the NES collection. Now also on NES, I think this is probably one of my last games I needed for my original like childhood set, if you like. Haven't had this one back since. It's a mint condition copy of Yoshi's Cookie. This is the one that he had under the counter that he had out of view for some reason. I guess he didn't have it out. As you can see, it's in really nice condition. This one was £20. Yeah, it's really nice. It's all in there, poster and everything. So yeah, really happy to get that. So Rick, thanks very much for that. Yeah, it was great to bump into you again and have some more NES games off you. Not as many as last year, but I know someone else also cleared you out of NES games, so I'm gonna let them do their little spiel on that. Also grabbed a couple of Master Systems off of his store as well. One I've played before and one I haven't. One I've played before was the Ninja. It's a pretty decent title. I haven't played it for so long, but I remember playing it and thinking it was pretty good. And that was only £6. Again, it's all complete, in nice condition. Label's good. Just happy to get it. So that's that. And another one I haven't played, but I had recommendation that it was a decent title, and that's Predator 2. Again, all complete. That was up for a tenner. But I think we bundled it all together. I can't remember exactly what it was now, but I'm sure we did something. But yeah, Rick, thanks very much. Going to enjoy playing those. Okay, so the next selection of games came from one stall, and this is all off Console Passion. So I bought this Console Passion. I went back a couple of times, looked around everywhere else, then went back there to grab a few bits. The first thing was a little handheld electronic game. I've not got any of this type, but it was nice to spot one that I like the look of, and I thought it would go well with my kind of my Game & Watch handheld collection. It's not a Game & Watch by any means, but it will go with the electronic games. And it's a Tiger Electronic Street Fighter 2 game. Nice condition, got the battery cover. I put batteries in it, it works, the screen still works really well. There's no like fading on the screen. So yeah, thought I'd grab that. I think that was like £8. I grabbed, this isn't off of Console Passion. This is off the same store I got off Robocop and Xena Warrior Princess. I've got a box complete condition Captain Skyhawk. I've got the cartridge copy, so now I've upgraded to a box complete copy. It was £7. So yeah, no, it was peanuts really. It's in pretty good condition, so I grabbed that. Put that in that pile. So yeah, back to Console Passion. We got RC Grand Prix, which is basically the same as Buggy Run, but a lot cheaper. And Jay said, you know, it's a good game. So on Jay's recommendation, I grabbed that. It's a bit like RC Pro-Am, if you can just see the screenshots from the plastic cover. Yeah, so I thought I'd give that a whirl. That was £7. Classic game, Outrun. Do I need to say any more? So Sega Master System version Outrun, that was down for £9. Again, all complete. I mean, I bought them in the best condition I can find. There's no damage on it. The manual's really nice. The cart's nice. The sleeve's nice. So I was happy to add that one in. as is this one, classic Master System game, and that is yeah, Golden Axe. Again, all in nice condition, complete. That was £6. So yeah, classic Sega title. I thought I'd snag that up. And finally, I grabbed Kung Fu Kid, and this was a recommendation again from, this is from John, MSX to Go, Matt Soft at Retro was there. He said, yeah, great game, side-scrolling kind of beat 'em up. I don't know if you can see that for the plastic, but it was £7. So on their recommendation, I mean, that's with this Sega Master System, it's kind of alien to me, what the library. Obviously the common game, the Sonics, the Golden Axes, all those kind of games I know of. But other games, I'm just relying on kind of a friend recommendation, really. So yeah, so appreciate the pointer in that one. So I shall give that a whirl. So that was all of Console Passion. We're getting towards the end now. I went back to Console Passion for something else which I'll show you in a minute. And that was the last thing I picked up today. I bought these two games off of Retro Plushie Games. I found the card in the bag, so that's where they came from. I played Metal Slug around Jay's on the Neo Geo MVS. Obviously, I don't have one of those, and I don't intend on getting one. But it was really awesome to play that game. I've never played it. I've always liked the look of the game and the art style, like the graphical style of the game. But yeah, I've never actually played it, and it's like criminal. You know, so everyone said, "Why? How come you haven't played it?" I haven't had the means to play the game. So I really enjoyed playing it on, you know, on the MVS, and I thought, well, I know they did, like they released it on other systems, so I know they did a copy of it on the PS2. So I grabbed the Metal Slug Anthology on the PS2. Now I actually got it for 30, not 35. He did knock a fiver off kindly. I did do a bundle with something else I'll show you in a minute. This has got all of them on there, 1 to 6. And it's in really nice condition as well. It's all complete. Disc hasn't got a mark or a scratch on it. And I wouldn't normally buy a PS2 game, let alone spend £30 on a PS2 game. But because it's got all the Metal Slugs on there, I thought I'll go for it. So I grabbed that. And at the same time, I grabbed Sega Ages for the Sega Saturn, which has got the 3 classic games, Afterburner 2, Space Harrier and Outrun. Again, all complete. So I got those for 50 together, so I was happy with that. Now I told Daz that I bought Metal Slug, and that I asked him, is there a decent arcade stick for the PS2? Could you recommend one? I know Daz is into his kind of fighters and shooters and his arcade sticks, and he said he actually spotted an arcade stick on Console Passion stand. So he said, well, why don't we go back to Console Passion in the morning, like this morning, Sunday morning, see if it's there. Have a look over it. If you like it, why don't you grab it? So I went over there, and it was still there. I picked it up, and Dahl was with me, Scratchmaster Dahl, and we went through, took it out of the box, and it looks like unused. There's not a mark on the box. Has got a bit of damage, but I'm not worried about that. The actual stick looks in mint condition, and the micro switch joystick is really tight. So I picked up. It's the Tekken Tag Hori arcade stick. Now it's actually branded Tekken Tag, that's not an issue, but this is going to be ideal to play the Metal Slug games and obviously other shooters or any other fighters, because it's going to work for everything. I won't get it all out, but it's all in there. The instructions are in there. Obviously I can't read them in Japanese. It's a Japanese fighting stick, but I was told that it's a decent one, so I'm just going to give you an overview of the box and what's what. So yeah, I went on friend's recommendation on this one. So there's a little puncture mark there where the ball has obviously punctured the box, but I'm not overly bothered. The box is in good enough condition, and to be honest, I just wanted the stick. So yeah, really happy with that. That was £40. It's quite expensive, but if it's going to make sure the game plays at its best, and I can use it for other, you know, shooters and everything else, and other fighting games or side-scrolling beat 'em ups, then it's going to be ideal. So that was the final pickup of the event which I got today, and that basically wraps up everything that I've got and everything that I've done in the whole event. So I know it's been a bit long-winded, guys, and I appreciate if you stuck with me right to the end of the video. Again, I just want to say it was great to meet all of you. to see everyone again, new faces, no faces, and I'm sure that we'll meet up again at some point, whether it be at another retro event or some other means. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please, feel free to leave a comment or whatever, and yeah, I shall catch you again soon for another video. Take it easy.